If you enjoy authentic African cuisine that is buzzed with flavor, this recipe is for you. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's recipe, I'll be showing you how to make this delicious eba with egusi. Keep on watching and watch this video to the end. And without any further ado, let's get cooking. Alright, my little team, let's get started. Now, what you see me adding here is that authentic ogiri that makes the egusi taste really good. But trust me, if you don't have ogiri, no worries. Just watch this video to the end and follow this recipe step by step. By the time you finish watching this video, you will achieve the same busting flavor. Yes, don't worry if you don't have the ogiri. All right, I don't expect everyone to have ogiri. So after added my ogiri, I'm going to add some scotch bonnet pepper or habanero pepper. Now I want you guys to adjust the spice to your liking. I know most of you be like, oh my goodness, Dada, you eat so much pepper. Yes, foods like this, if it's not spicy, forget it. But like I said, I don't blame you guys if you don't eat spicy food. Just adjust the spice. When it comes to the spiciness, adjust it to your liking. For me, I like spicy food. So after adding my scotch bonnet pepper or habanero pepper with my ogiri, I'm going to go ahead and slice some onions. I have here white onions, one medium-sized onion. Then I'm also going to go ahead and add some spice. So after adding the onions, I'm going to go ahead and add scallions, which is the green onions. It's a must. I have realized that cooking egusi soup, any type of plazas, you want to make sure you add some green onions. Yes, if I say green onions, it's the green scallion onions. All right, make sure you add that to your okra soup, add that to your egusi soup, add that to any plazas crinkly soup. Make sure you blend at least one bunch. This is the scallions. It's called green onions. Some people know it as scallions. Okay, so I added like one bunch of the scallions. All right, if you're enjoying this video so far, give this video a big like and a big thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so that you don't be left out on a new upload. All right, without turning on your post notification bell, you will know I upload a new video. Now I'm going to go ahead and add 2 jumbo cube. If you don't eat jumbo cube, like I said again, I always say this in my video, a lot of people will be like, oh, jumbo is not good. Adjust the spice to your liking. I'm only here to explain and to teach you guys how to, achieve, delicious recipe. But like I said again, if you don't eat spicy food, adjust the spice to your liking. If you don't eat jumbo, just simply use your regular salt. You can use regular salt or pink Himalayan salt, which you see me adding here. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water to help the blending go smoothly. All right, like I said again, if you don't have ogiri, no worries guys, I'm telling you. But if you really want to make your ogiri, I already have a video in my channel how to make your own homemade ogiri. Trust me, you can make your own homemade ogiri, which I made with sesame seeds. Okay, you want to make an ogiri, you will watch that video so that you can achieve making your own. I'll put the link down below in the description box. So now the meat in the pot, you see I already pre-boiled it off camera. All I did was I just added onion powder to it and salt, and I boiled the meat in my pressure cooker. Then I transfer it into my pot. Now I added all the blending ingredients. Now I have here some smoked fish. Again, I don't expect everyone to have smoked fish. If you don't have smoked fish, use you can use the mackerel in the can and just put it in the oven and broil it. If you also don't have the mackerel in the can, you could simply just up that part out. Okay, that's why I said when I explain my video, I try to explain it as fair and simple as possible, because I always give you guys options. If you don't have this, that's fine. If you don't have that, that's fine, because I don't expect everyone to have everything that I'm using into this recipe. Now, if you don't have the smoked fish, you can use the smoked mackerel in the can. Just put it in the oven and broil it until it like kind of like burned a little bit. All right, you can actually add some liquid smoke to it to give it that smoky flavor. I have here my smoke, I believe this is smoked cutter fish that I'm cleaning up like so. I removed the bone and the skin out. I debone it. I bought this at my local grocery store. All right, and also if you don't have the ogiri, I'll put a link down below in the description box so that you guys will achieve making your own homemade ogiri. Especially this is the summertime, this is the best time to make ogiri, guys. If I tell you this is the best time to make ogiri, this is the best time to make ogiri, because ogiri, for it to be able to be fermented, you need that heat. Winter is already past. If you want to make ogiri, look down in the description box. You will see the video that I'm gonna link below in the description box. Okay, here I have my melon seed. This is melon seed. Okay, I will come up with another video. I will show you guys if you don't have melon seed, what to substitute with to achieve your egusi. Not everybody also once again have egusi, but you can find this at your local grocery store. If you are interested in me showing you what to substitute with making egusi soup without having the melon seed, say yes in the video. Leave your comment down in the comment section below. Say yes, I'm interested in what to substitute if I don't have melon seed. That I will definitely show you guys what else you can use as melon seed to make your egusi soup. So I went ahead and rinsed the egusi. Some will come in already grinded, but I bought the whole one. So what I'm doing, I'm just gonna rinse it and make sure it's clean. Take all the bad ones out. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it into my food processor or blender and add some water and blend it until it is puree. All right, if you are watching this video so far, you have successfully almost halfway achieving this recipe. All right, so I added the melon seed into my food processor. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water, and I said I'm going to blend it until it becomes puree like. All right, don't forget to leave your comment down below and let me know if you are interested in what to substitute in case you don't have the melon seed that I'm using here in this video to make my egusi soup. There is another thing also I find out that you can also use to make your egusi soup, which if you live in the diaspora, you will be able to achieve making your egusi soup without having to worry about having the melon seed itself. All right, so after I blend it like so, I put the remaining. I'm going to continue on blending it until it turns puree. Give this video a big like and a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new and turn on your post notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my new upload. All right, now so this is how the melon seed look like, which is the egusi. All right, but it's made out of melon seed. All right, melon seed. There's, like I said again, there's something else I will show you if you guys interested, but you have to comment below and let me show you. So after blending my melon seed, which is the egusi, into a puree like, now I'm going to add some sauerkraut. What is sauerkraut? Sauerkraut in the diaspora is simply just fermented cabbage that is fermented. It's a like blended cabbage, and it's fermented and it tastes almost like wonjobuech. All right, that's another alternative in if you cooking any type of egusi soup or plazas and you don't have wonjobuech, you can use the sauerkraut. It's just simply fermented cabbage that is fermented, and it tastes almost like white bisab, which is the white hibiscus. Okay, so I went ahead and add my palm oil. let it boil with the blended onions, ogiri, pepper, and jimbo. I added my palm oil. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my puree egusi. All right, like I said, some already come blended and powdery like, but I like to buy the whole one and just rinse it out, wash it really quick, and blend it. In that way I know it's clean, because when it's already come in a powder form, you buy it in a powder form, you wouldn't be able to rinse it out at all. You wouldn't be able to rinse it out, and you don't know the hands that already handle it. Okay, so if you're in the clean side like me and little bit germophobic like me, I would say, buy the whole one, rinse it out, and blend it into a puree like. Sometimes I'm guilty. Sometimes if I don't have the whole one, I use the powdered one. But I prefer this way. In that way, I know I'm rinsing it, rinsing it clean 1 or 2 times, then I know at least it's clean. All right, so after adding the egusi, I went ahead and add my smoked fish. Guys, I'm telling you, if you try this recipe and listen, don't come back and ask me, oh dada, what did you put here? Dada, what did you put here? You have to listen and follow the video step by step in order to achieve this recipe. I always make it fair and simple for you guys. Always make it fair and simple. I always give you options and alternative of what to use. Okay, living in the diaspora is not easy. It's not easy, especially when you want to have that little bit taste of African cuisine. Yes, so I went ahead and add my egusi and add my palm oil and add my smoked fish. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some spinach and then add my sauerkraut. Now this is called sauerkraut. Now look it up. Okay, it's called sauerkraut. You can find this at your local grocery store, anywhere. Okay, it will substitute and give the egusi soup almost like that little bit of tangy flavor. I know the Nigerians and the Ghanaians maybe don't add sauerkraut into theirs, but if you are watching and you from Nigeria or Ghana and you cooking your egusi soup, trust me, tell them Dada sent you, or you watch this video from Dada. She said to add 1 can of sauerkraut into my egusi soup. The Gambians will understand this, okay, because it almost alternate as white bisab, which is the white wonjo, the white hibiscus leaf. Okay, it will give the egusi that delicious tanginess to it. Oh my goodness, it's a must try. Like I said, the Gambians will understand this. Okay, it's like eating plazas, bisabi plazas. Okay, so after adding my spinach and my sauerkraut, you can use kale leaves if you want. All right, so, or if you can use the bisab itself, the green bisab itself, if you're in Gambia, or if you have a family member that bring you some bisab. But if you live in the diaspora, you don't have the green bisab, just add spinach and add 1 can of sauerkraut. You will come back and thank me later. All right, it will almost seem like you add white bisab into your egusi. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you a simple way in making your eba. Now, what is eba? Eba is fermented cassava, which some people know it as gari. So what I did was, the best trick to have that smooth, soft eba, okay, you're gonna take the gari and put it into your blender or your food processor and blend it until it becomes powder. You know how sometimes the gari have some rough side to it, or some rough stuff to it. So put it in your food processor and blend it until it becomes really powdery like. Now when it becomes really powdery like, all you gotta do, if you cannot turn fufu, I would say go this route and make eba, which is the dry fermented cassava. All right, it's called gari. Now after you put it in your food processor, it become powdery like, I want you to pour it into a bowl, and all you got to do is pour some really hot boiling water and start turning it. It all depends what type of texture you want. Some people like the eba really on the thick and firm side. I like mine really soft. So now all you got to do is add some boiling water and keep mixing. Like I said, this is the easy way to cook fufu. Okay, if you cannot cook fufu or you cannot turn fufu and you think that fufu is too hard to turn, go this route. And always whenever you want to eat okra soup with fufu, plasas with fufu, egusi with fufu, or crinkle soup with fufu, I would say make eba. All right, pound it and let those little rough parts mocha blend really good. And then you put it in a bowl and add boiling water and just turn it and turn it and turn it until it becomes really smooth and soft, or into the texture that you like. Very simple, guys. Very simple. I think there's a video coming up. I believe I made some crinkle and I'm gonna show you guys how to turn pounded yam. That one is more authentic into the pot. You cook it. That is more hard to do, but practice makes perfect. If you practice, you should be able to do it. But for a beginner friendly, I would say go with the eba, because the eba is more beginner friendly. It doesn't have much work to do at all. So what I'm gonna do, I know some people will be like, oh my god, that plastic is not good, da. It's optional. This is just to mold the eba, and that's it. But if you don't want to use plastic, which I totally understand, I would say just don't mold it. Just use your hand and mold it and put it aside. Okay, so I went ahead and mold the eba like so and let it sit for a while, and this is what I come up with. Okay, I come up with at least 3 or 4. All right, I give the 1 or 2 away. So now we're gonna go ahead and check our egusi. So now watch for the upcoming video that's coming after this recipe. I make some delicious crinkle soup with some fufu pounded yam. So now, like I said again, if you don't want to eat your egusi soup with pounded yam or fufu or eba, you can simply eat it with rice. My husband doesn't want the eba, he wants rice. So this was his plate that I'm dishing out. He wants rice. Okay, so I'm going to dish out his plate and just put some egusi soup for him. All right, give this video a big like and a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and turn on your post notification bell. And this is how the egusi soup looks like. Oh my god, if I tell you guys how delicious this egusi soup was, I hope you guys listen very attentively and capture every word that came out of my mouth. If you want to achieve this video, I'm telling you, this recipe you have to watch to the end and listen. Okay, if you miss any key ingredients, just pause and play, pause and play. All right, and this is the end result of everything. I wish you guys were here so that I can serve each and every one of you a plate or a bowl. All right, but don't worry, like I said, you can still make the same just as I did in this video if you follow the recipe step by step. Now this is my husband's plate. Like I said, he wants to eat his with rice. And I thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until I come your way next time, I'll see you all in my next upload. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.